this is Lilacspectrum, and I'm here to talk about some books today. Of course, my channel is mostly books, so of course we're going to talk about books. Today, of course, you've probably read the description, and you probably already know what I'm going to talk about, but I'm going to go ahead and say what I'm talking about. I'm going to talk about books I've read more than once, and these books have literally, some of them have been read like 3 or 4 times, and some of them I read every year. Books, whenever somebody asks me like what they should read, I always like recommend them, recommend one of these books to them somehow, some shape, some form, because they're books I've always liked, and I still continue to like them, of course, enough that I'm reading them over and over again, and I just wanted to go ahead and recommend them for you guys so you guys could read them, or if you have read them or whatever, you can tell me how you thought about them. So there will be a few on here that I will get into I'll tell you about them and explain them to you so that you can know what they're about and maybe you want to read them. So the book I have probably read the most is probably Flowers in the Attic, the whole Doppelganger series. It's about these kids and they're thrown up in this attic after their father passes away, and they go live back with their mom, and they're basically thrown up in the attic, and it's kind of scary, kind of freaky, and it's really a very interesting book because it has all the elements of kind of like a suspenseful novel, and almost kind of like that train wreck you can't look away from. So it's a very good series. They just recently, like the past year or 2, maybe 3, remade them, and they did a really good job. I think it was Hallmark or ABC, so somebody remade them, and they were really good. They followed the book very well, in my opinion. So you should definitely watch it. If you've watched it, you'll definitely like the book. So check into that book. This book I will recommend, and I always recommend like one of these books, is Memoirs of a Geisha, and it's about a girl who is brought up in a geisha house, and she learns how to become a geisha, and there's a lot of things going on wrong throughout her whole life, and it goes from like her as a younger girl to her elder years. Not really old, but she gets older. She's like in her 30s or so whenever it ends on the movie, and of course that's how the movie goes, but the book is definitely very similar. There's a lot of stuff that gets left out in the movie because the movie is so long that I really didn't enjoy the book. So many people had so much problems with this book because of the fact that there was some things changed about her life, and of course I always talk to people and say, well, it was fiction. Basically the book was written based off an interview he did with a real geisha, and I actually read her book. She ended up writing a book, and I think it was called Geisha Alive or something like that, and it was a really good book too. But I mean, I always look at it like it's fiction, it's not supposed to be completely the same, so that's probably why he did that. So if you really didn't like the movie, Memoirs of a Geisha, you would probably like the book as well. There's a lot more to the book in my opinion. Next book I read, and I continue to sometimes read, is the Twilight series, and I know everybody's like, the Twilight series, and there's so much about the Twilight series, but I kind of grew up on the Twilight series. I mean, everybody was reading Harry Potter and stuff like that, and I read Twilight, and of course, that's so original, right? But I remember in the 6th grade picking up the book. There was actually a guy reading it in my class, and I was like, what is that about? And he started telling me about it, and so that's how I started reading the Twilight novels over and over again. And I haven't read them that many times, but I have read the first one several times. The whole series, though, not that many times, but the first few I've read it several times. So it's a pretty good book, in my opinion. Now, I wouldn't recommend it so much anymore, except for the movies, and when everybody sees the movie, they formulate an opinion and don't want to read it. So another book I've always read and read a lot during the summer months, and also the Flowers in the Attic I read during the summer months because she talks about how hot the attic gets and stuff like that, and I live in the South, so it gets really hot here, so it's very easy to kind of identify with that character. But another book I always try to read during the summer, and sorry if the light keeps going up and down and up and down, is because my window is like the light is doing all that. So Eat, Pray, Love was a very good movie, and I saw the movie before I read the book, of course, and it was a very, very good book and movie, and of course, like every movie and book combo, you're gonna have relationship that she's not too sure about, and so basically she just leaves it and finds out what she wants to do some other way. And it's a really nice book because of that fact. I really enjoyed the book. She goes to Indonesia, India, and Italy, and it's so cool how she explains like different things that happen to her along the way and who she comes in contact with, and just the relationship she makes going on and on and on throughout the different parts of the world. And it's so cool. It's something I would do. It's something I would do, and it's very good. Of course, I'm going to leave links to the authors and the titles of the books below so that you'll have. Another book I read as a kid growing up a lot, and I still continue to read, is Princess Diaries. The Princess Diaries is, of course, it's been made into movies, and it's so many books. There's like 13 books, I think. And it's about this girl who lives in Manhattan, and she is just kind of like awkward and funny and weird. And all of a sudden one day her dad comes and he's like, "Oh, by the way, you're a princess." And she's like, "What?" And so then she kind of writes this diary. She's really kind of crazy. She's got this cat named Fat Louie. And if you watched the movies, you probably enjoyed them because it had Anne Hathaway, and she was absolutely adorable. And so of course I love Princess Diaries, and I still read them. I haven't read them all, but I've read them halfway through, and then I forgot like some of the parts that happened, and I had to start from the beginning. And actually, the writer just wrote, like maybe last year or so, a new installment to it, and it's like Mia is older. She's like in her 20s, and she's talking about getting married and all that. And of course, I didn't like it as much because of the fact that what the writer does, she kind of goes back to the first one again, and it's kind of like repeating the first one over again, but with a new child. It just aggravates me because, like, what, so but it's for the more adult audience who read it as teenagers and young adults and some of that, so they can kind of have that same character but in an older form, in a more mature form. Not really mature, but in a different form. So it was a really good book, and like I said, it was so good. If you enjoyed the movies, then you would definitely enjoy that book. And honestly, she's a teen. She talks about teen stuff, so it's not like it's inappropriate, like 5 years old, talking about how she's a princess or anything like that. She's like in her 13s and stuff like that, and it goes up as she gets older, and it's just a really interesting book, and I really liked it. It was so funny because I could connect to Mia on so many different levels. Another book would be Chronicles of Narnia. I loved Chronicles of Narnia as I was growing up. I was a kid. I wanted fantasy. I loved fantasy, and I love the movies. I've read the first book like so many times, and I read like Dawn Treader and Prince Caspian only like once a piece, but I've read the first book several times, and it's always so gorgeous how C.S. Lewis just makes the book just come alive, and the movie does so well to follow the book, and it's just like, wow, this is gorgeous, this is awesome, I'd love to be here, and so I really did enjoy that book. It was a book that I really enjoyed as I grew up, and I still continue to read it. And then the final book I will say I've read so many times it's not even funny, and it's always during the Halloween months because it's a Halloween story. It's Coraline, and Coraline is about this girl who moves to a new house and a new place, and basically she's kind of sad because she had to move and leave all her friends, and she finds this door in their apartment, and it takes her to another world, which is basically the same world she was in, but she has these other mother and other father and other same people, but they're just not the same. They have buttons for eyes, and it's a very, very interesting tale because it's so freaky. And I started reading it. I read it, I believe, was in like the 6th grade. And then they made it a movie not long after that. And then every Halloween, of course, ABC Family shows the movies every time. So I watch it every year, and it always makes me in the mood to read the book. So usually around Halloween I start reading the same book over and over again so that I can get that creepy crawly feeling of the other mother and how arachnoid she was. And it was really awesome. It's a really good book. It's kind of freaky, and the book, in my opinion, did a really good job. They did a really good job with that movie because, you know, there was, of course, it's the same thing I've always said, it's always different from the movie, but there is so much to that movie that they kept, and it's like, whoa, if I had been told to sit down and recreate the book, I don't know how I would have been able to do it, and they did such good voice actresses and actors with it, and it was so good, it was just really good. But, I think I died a little bit when I found out they made it a movie. I was like, oh, I remember this book, I remember this whole thing. And it was almost like one of those books that you read and you kind of forget that you read it until you watch the movie and you're like, wait a minute, I know this from somewhere. So it was so scary and so freaky. So those are all the books anybody has ever asked me to name off that I would always recommend no matter what. I'll always ask you like your mood and then go from there. So if there have been any books you've read so many times that you can almost like quote the book, leave it below. Tell me about your experiences. Maybe you've read one of these books I listed.
Hey guys, so I had to stop filming a few days back when I filmed the first part of this, and I couldn't finish what I wanted to say. So basically, if there's any of these books that you've read, or maybe there's a book that you always read over and over again each year, leave it below. I'd love to read it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and on the next video, bye.
Hey guys, if you would like to, please subscribe to me, and below you can find different links to all my social medias and where you can reach me. Bye!